Yo, what's
Whoa,
up,
whoa.
you guys? Welcome to the Fire Squad Podcast.
What's up, y'all? What is up?
We chilling here today, a beautiful Saturday morning. Or
Afternoon,
afternoon. It's morning for me, I just woke up. What's up, man? My name is Sam. I am 1/3 of the Fire Squad. Right across from me, we got JC. And right next to JC,
Special
want to
guest
introduce
today.
yourself?
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Jerry coming at you with the Fire Squad Podcast today. We're finna cook something up for you guys.
Yes,
Hell yeah,
sir.
let's go.
Bro, this podcast has been long in the making, bro.
Yeah,
For real.
it has.
It's been
Been
like
a while.
forever, bro, since we're trying to link up together. But finally,
Yeah.
this is going to be the last podcast of the year. Or
Oh,
last,
that's fire,
last
bro.
guest of the year.
That's fire.
So we are very thankful and glad to have you here today.
I appreciate you guys for bringing me on and giving me a platform.
Nope.
And definitely like linking up. We can
Sir.
start even connecting more.
Hell yeah, bro.
And
Of
growing,
course.
growing in different
Networking.
areas.
So we are still doing our 40. Well, we're ahead of time right now, but let's just start at
Yeah.
right now. But we're still doing the 45 minutes podcast.
Mhm.
Last 5 minutes is gonna be when we just clear everything, spit everything out, our last thoughts we want to say, and yeah, let's just get right into it, bro.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Chilling, bro. I got punched in the head yesterday.
Yeah.
God, why?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you got hit at work, no?
I got hit at work.
You got hit at
bro.
work?
I thought I got a
By a car or
concussion, bro.
something?
Yeah, it's because I hit my head on a freaking trunk door, bro, right here. I opened the trunk, and you know how they open above your head, sort of. Well, it was like the hatchbacks that open that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they open above your head, but this one opened right on my forehead level. So I turned around and I looked back, bah, and they got me right here.
What did the customer say? Was it?
Nah,
were they
nobody
there?
saw it. It was
Nobody
just
saw?
me.
Yeah,
Well, I'm pretty sure some
They're
some
probably
guys saw.
looking at the cameras and look at this dumbass.
Nah, but it hurt. It still kind of hurts.
Damn.
What about you guys?
You work as a valet, right?
Yeah, I work valet.
That's sick, bro.
It's
You be
cool.
driving hella dope ass whips or what?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
okay, it's just mostly.
Where do you valet at?
I work at the Grand Chateau. It's across the street from the Planet Hollywood. It's a Marriott
okay.
Hotel. Yeah.
Osuna
Nice.
went there, right?
Oh, soon I was there, but we're
Wow.
not supposed to talk about that, JC,
Why not?
because you can't leak
Customer-
information like that.
customer, right.
There you go.
Osuna was not there. It was
classified
a rumor.
information.
It was a rumor on Instagram.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, sometimes the majority of the time is just rental vehicles and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But occasionally I get those sick ass cars. I've driven a Supra.
yeah,
I've driven a GTR.
that's sick.
I've driven.
I don't know any of these cars. bro.
I've driven dope ass cars.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these
Yeah.
cars.
I drove an Aston. No, not an Aston Martin.
Oh my
I
god.
think it was an Aston Martin. Something like
the
that.
one from Rick Ross.
Aston Martin music.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, there was a Rolls Royce the other day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
definitely Rick Ross.
That was clean, bro. But anyways, what about you guys? What you guys been up to?
Well, just been just keeping. I've been reading books lately.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get myself on some good get my hands on some good books, cause I've been there's times where I'll read something and they'll open up my mind hella crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Cause
Mm.
there's a lot of things that you can read in the book that you may have never thought about yourself.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's crazy, cause then you can expand that on through your own
Mm-hmm.
vision.
Mm-hmm.
Expand your knowledge, man. It's
Yeah.
just important. That's
What
dope.
book are you reading right now?
Well, the one that I just finished, it's just I finished it the other day, but it's I've been going through back and writing notes. I'll get sticky
Okay.
notes,
Oh,
and
that's
then I'll
what I
go
did,
through the
yeah.
pages and I'll put little notes with whatever I can But then
Yeah.
I'll try to relate it to what was going on with me,
Mm-hmm.
so then I can learn from it that way.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
But there's this book and it's called "You're Right, Mr. Cyrus," and it's
Mhm.
called "The Ultimate Guide to Staying Focused." And I feel like there's a lot that I've learned from that book.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, because in the world where there's so much distractions everywhere and there's anything that you could be doing at any given time, it's really important to stay focused,
Yeah.
and to stay consistent with your
Mhm.
thoughts and your actions, not.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've been trying to focus on lately is trying to get, because you can always try to do a lot, but it's always about being also in the right mental state.
Yeah.
So what I've been trying to do is get my like trying to read things also like to like self develop my mind, so then I can execute even better.
Mhm.
Like because heard a saying where it says like if you try to the definition of insanity is when you put the same like actions and
Mhm.
you expect different results, you know?
Mhm.
And like that's very true because you know you can't keep doing the same things and expecting different things to come your
Right.
way. So I feel like you should always be trying to advance what you already know,
Mhm.
but you should always keep learning. Yeah.
You
The
always
next
keep
thing.
learning for sure.
That's kind of like
Yeah.
what I struggle to do. Like I don't, you know how you said like keeping focus and stuff. Like
Yeah.
to add on to that, like books would keep you focused and stuff. But like I don't.
You don't read
I don't know, I
Bro,
don't
to
read.
be honest, that book, like that's my second book I've ever finished, bro, in my whole life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so like it's not like I read a lot of books, you know, but it's just that book. It wasn't even that long. It was like 120 pages or like
Uh-huh.
125 pages, but it's just the value that you can
Right.
get from something, you know, and then apply it to your own situation.
Right.
Yeah, so but that definitely like opens me up to like wanting to read more, you know,
Mhm.
Oh, for sure.
you find a lot of things that you wouldn't have like you would have never thought about.
Yeah. And I mean that's the difference, I guess, with like the books we're forced to read in school and stuff like
Whack ass.
that don't bring no value to our life. Or
Fucking
anything.
about
That's true.
the 1989. Fucking I don't even know.
Like
Space. and shit.
Shakespeare and stuff.
It's crazy, but it's because I never read books in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, I never read
Same.
like you know when they would give you your book, like you know they'll give us like the book reports and shit.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, I'll like try like from the question I'll try to base my answer off the
Oh.
question. Like it'll ask you a question and you'll be like Sally did go to the store, and then just because in the question they'll be like why did they go to the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just
Bro,
Spark
if-
notes that, bro.
If there's people who finessed books and all that in high school, bro, it's me and
Yeah.
Sam, bro. Me and Sam.
Oh
fucking-
yeah, we
didn't
were
do-
the
We
finessers.
didn't do shit in high school. Bro. We didn't do nothing.
Nothing, bro.
That's wild, bro. You know,
We played Halo.
I don't know if y'all would see since you know we went to same high school.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all ever see me like selling chocolates around school. Like that used to like bro. 'Cause
I probably bought some from you, bro.
Yeah,
Knowing me.
maybe bro, but like since 7th grade, I started selling chocolates in
For
school.
real?
Yeah, bro. Like, and I was cause you know in 6th grade, I would like sit in class, bro, and I would just like look at everybody and like I'd be like, what the fuck, what's up with everybody? Like everybody just like looked like robots, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they would just look at the teacher, just like it looked like weird to me, you know. I would be like, why is everybody just like amazed with the teacher?
Mhm.
And the teacher would always be complaining, and I'd be like,
Uh-huh.
bro, like they're teaching us, but like they're hella unhappy. I'll be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are they doing? you
Bro,
know?
that's good that you got that
yeah,
that thing unlocked early, dude.
yeah, bro. And then
Yeah, that's hella
in
good.
7th grade, you know how I don't like in your schools, was middle school did y'all go to?
I went to Bailey.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys were like sold chocolates, you know, like they would put you in classes and you could like pay your
Oh,
for,
like a
for-
fundraiser type
Yeah,
stuff.
for,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
I mean, I never did it,
for
but
band I
yeah.
did it.
You
For
could do that
for
shit.
mariachi
Like,
I did it too.
you could do it like to pay your class fines and shit like that. You know?
Uh huh.
So you wouldn't have to pay. Like you could just sell chocolates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I would just look at it like everybody's already buying chocolates, you know,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
everybody would buy chocolates, and then so I just started buying my own chocolates, and I would come to school, and I would just sell
Damn.
chocolates.
And you did it all throughout high school too.
Yeah, until
They never told you anything?
well, I mean, like like it was cool, bro, because in 7th grade and then in 8th grade, that's when I really got into it. And then like it was like I wouldn't really sell chocolates. Like I would just be known. Like so people would just see me. So I didn't have to like walk around with my box of chocolates and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo,
Right.
trying to buy chocolates."
So just be
It
like,
was-
oh, let me get
Yeah,
one.
like I would every day like people would just come up to me all day and just be like, "You got the candies?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, bro.
And
That's
then-
dope.
And then fucking so there would be teachers that would tell me like things in their classes, but I would just be like, "Miss, like I got you with a chocolate." Like just chill out, you know?
Hey.
Cause they'll be trying to stop you. Like they'll be like, "You can't be selling during my class."
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Miss, I got it. I can't. You know, no one's gonna catch you in those 5 minutes. You gotta go to the next class.
Yeah.
Like, they trying to get
Wow.
out of there, bro." Like, so
So, bro, so you've been having that entrepreneur,
Hustle mentality.
yeah,
from a young age too, and then just you being in a room, like noticing that everybody's like a robot. That's just like, that's good,
yeah,
bro. That's something like I'm trying to teach my little siblings right now.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
just to be aware of what they're doing and shit. you
Yeah,
know?
self awareness and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope though, bro.
And then and then like I would sell chocolates until I got into 11th grade, bro. And then in 11th grade, I got my first like real job, like where I would go, cause I used to want to be a chef, and I would like I was real into the kitchen and shit. And then
Were you in culinary at Rancho?
yeah, I went on 4 years to the culinary program,
Oh wow.
but the fourth year I got out of here in senior year,
You graduated early, right?
nah,
No, you didn't.
I didn't, bro. Actually, I didn't even graduate with y'all. I had to
Uh-huh.
go to continuation school, bro.
Oh okay.
But it's because I got my job junior year,
Mm-hmm.
and then so like all that summer I was working, and I would be working hell hours, you know,
Mm-hmm.
cause I'll be in the kitchen, and I'm like I was pretty good at what I did, so I would get a lot of hours.
Where'd you
And
work at?
It was a restaurant called Therapy. It's actually still there. It's on Fremont.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little spot right there, and and so senior year, I never really went to school, you know, like because I was still working, like I was working the whole time,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
so I never really like went to school, and then that's why I didn't even graduate with the class, cause I didn't have enough credits, you know.
Mm.
And maybe that's
So-
why we didn't really like see you, cause I mean, for
Yeah.
me personally, like junior and senior year were the years where I
Yeah.
kind of like branched out more, like
Yeah.
opened myself up to like more
Oh.
groups.
Okay.
I was always cool with like everybody at Rancho, and then like, oh no, I just never.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I know hell of your friends though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's-
definitely.
Who's somebody
That's
that
crazy.
you know the twins? They're in culinary. Edgar and Eric Lopez.
Oh
just-
yeah.
Eric was.
Yeah.
What about Karina Rodriguez? She was in
Yeah,
culinary.
that's the homegirl.
That's the homegirl.
That's the homegirl Riri. Shout out.
Hey,
Shout out to Riri.
tell us to pull up on a podcast.
She's been wanting to too.
For real?
Yeah.
All right,
That's
we'll
sick.
invite her. But yeah, I mean we
So-
just know hella people and shit. All mutual. It's crazy how small the world
Yeah.
is, bro. After high school,
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, honestly, after high school is like when you truly realize like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Like when you pull up to like
That's a good skill to have, bro. Like just networking. and, like,
Networking,
you know,
definitely.
bro. It's
that's
very
something I'm
important.
like kind of like good at too. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I know a lot of people.
yeah, you do,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I feel like me knowing Sam my whole kind of like high school. I met this fool our freshman year, right? And then at first, you know, he was kind of just like to himself and shit.
Yeah.
And then like now I seen him grow, and now he's kind of more like he's definitely more comfortable speaking with people. Back then he just would like whatever, chill in the corner. But me, I've always been that person where I was always cool with everybody, bro. I'll be dabbing up everybody.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, they'll be like, "What's up, JC?" I'm like, "What's up, bro?"
That's
And then now
what's up.
Sam has that shit too, so I'm like, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just cool with anybody,
Yeah.
and we can meet people like instantly, and then know if we click with them.
I say this every podcast, but like we've met so many people since we started doing
Yeah,
this.
and it's freaking
yeah.
creepy.
So many people, bro.
That's
It's
wild.
hella creepy too. I mean, it's not creepy, but it's just like perfect timing, but like too perfect timing. You know what I mean? Like
it's
all the
just
rappers that
destined to work,
approached us
bro.
and shit, like all the parties
Yeah.
that we go to, and like they just like, "Hey, what's up? Like your podcast?" I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Bro,
What?
that shit's cool, and I always be thinking about it, cause there's a lot of shit, there's a lot of content and a lot of things that happen here in Vegas that doesn't really get documented or
yeah,
put
exactly.
or put up on the pedestal like that, you know, cause places are just like, oh, like Cali's on the pedestal, or like different places like
New
that.
York, Miami.
Yeah, that
Atlanta.
people think about, and they're just like think about like dope ass people.
Mhm.
But like that's what is cool about starting shit like this, you know,
Yeah.
that people would think about different things in the future, and then like 5 years from now they can be like, imagine, like, bro, I'll be thinking about y'all podcast, and I'll be like, damn, imagine 5 years from now, bro, you guys can have your whole little have an office, bro, set up
Hell
like with
yeah.
your you know,
We
That's
got
a
our
the
plan,
whole
merch
shit
bro.
going
there.
on.
You know what's
I-
crazy too? I was gonna bring it up with
Yeah.
you because well first I'll bring it back later.
Yeah.
But first, what's what like I guess got your attention with what we doing? Well, like,
Oh,
like how did you hear about us?
well, to be honest, I think probably someone shared you on Instagram, bro, and
Uh-huh.
then they were just
Caesar?
like, I don't know who that is, bro.
No?
See, like I know Caesars, but I don't, probably like if you say Caesar, I want to know like what specific
Like
Caesar.
80s
It was like a
Caesars.
mutual friend that
Yeah.
we brought up.
Like
Roberto maybe? Nah.
I mean, Karina, she's posted us.
Oh, Karina probably.
yeah, or I don't, but then I think I clicked on it and they said like go support the podcast, and then
Oh,
me,
dope.
bro, like I mean I've always liked like media and things like
yeah.
that, And that like since YouTube, you know, back in the day, I always like being on YouTube and like looking up all these videos, and and I feel like that's where I get a lot of my creativity from, you know, because you see a lot of shit through the internet, you know, and like a lot of different ideas that you can expand on maybe yourself, or it can like have you think in a different way.
Yeah.
But but then like just knowing, and then I found that y'all went to Rancho, and I was like, what? That's even crazier, you know.
Hey,
I was like, that's sick, bro.
small
Like,
world, man.
I was like, that's sick, you know, cause I like I think about growth a lot, and then I be thinking like in in like retrospect, like what you got to think about it in the long term, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can't just be thinking like, oh yeah, like we're just making podcasts, like, cause me, that's why I've always thought about like that's why I feel like I've always thought about things in the business aspect.
Oh, for sure,
So
bro.
so
Hell
it's like that's why when I think about something, I think about long term and
Yeah.
what can I do with it. You know, even 20 years, what is going to be like from a long time from now.
And that's exactly how our me and JC and Jose are the third member of Five Squad.
Yeah,
That's how like our mentality is too. Like
yeah,
the podcast thing, like
It's just a baby right now.
we honestly, outside of like filming, we rarely like kind of talk about this.
yeah.
We know we do this on Saturdays, but every
Yeah.
time we have a conversation, it's always about like what's our next move,
Yeah.
what are we
Yeah.
gonna do, what
Hey,
events are we
wouldn't it
doing.
be crazy, bro? Like I was thinking about this shit earlier. I was like, cause me, bro, I have a lot of ideas, you know, like and like I have a lot of like, especially like just like ways to produce like content, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I feel like people want to see like what I have thought about. And
Mhm.
I was thinking that's crazy, cause like even like knowing you guys, then I can shoot you guys ideas, and maybe you guys can go and do something that way.
Yeah,
Like and then it would be cool. I would feel cool, like, or I'll feel good, cause I'll be like, damn, like you guys are like, you know, I'm starting to get to know you guys, and that's cool. Definitely that I could help you guys out with some ideas or something, and then that you guys can go execute them, and like that would be dope, you know.
yeah,
Sure.
Because I feel like you should always try to like, cause even if I give you guys ideas and at the end of the day y'all don't think like they're like what you guys want to do, then there's like nothing wrong, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's just an idea.
and that's the thing with Vegas, bro. There's a lot of haters here.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know, bro. That's crazy. I never really like me something big, bro. That I've always thought about is like I've always been like a real, like I do what I want, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so to me, it's never like I feel like that's something big that I want to make people understand, bro.
Mhm.
That like nothing can stop you. Like, you know, like sometimes my sisters will come to me and like they'll tell me about people's drama. And then I'll be like, but why the fuck you care? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, what's their drama, like, or their negativity, like, what is it gonna do to stop
Right.
you and like in the big picture, you know?
Right. Like, what does that have to do
Yeah,
with you?
like unless they're out here like threatening your life or something like that, like yeah, like, you know. But if someone's out here just like talking shit to you, just be like, all right, bro, like,
Okay. Thank
like
you.
you know, yeah, just like, you know, if you don't got haters, bro, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
bro.
that's true.
Yeah,
But like I feel like that's a lot of the reason why Vegas hasn't been or hasn't blown up in like these years is because there's no support, honestly, with
I
people.
feel you. Yeah.
Like that's why when we talk about Cali or like Miami or like Texas
Atlanta.
or anything, um, there's like support. People support each other,
Yeah.
especially in LA. Like there's a whole bunch of what's it called, like influencers there you go,
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
that they just like collaborate and help each other. But here, like in Vegas, you don't see any of
And
that. Like,
do you think that's because they have like a bigger what is it called? What is it called? Oh, they have a bigger community of people like that out there, or do you think it's just people out here in Vegas, they're not trying to support each other?
it's probably a little bit of both because since Cali is, or LA and or Cali is like so established,
Oh, okay.
that it's
Yeah.
easier to go out there and find people that are like doing the same thing that you are.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're somewhere small here, because Vegas is really small, as like we
Yeah.
all know
Yeah.
already. So if you go out here in Vegas, it's kind of hard to find those people when you're not looking for it. But like
Yeah.
when you start something like when we did, we've met so many people that are trying to do the same thing
Yeah.
because we're looking for those people.
Yeah.
But everyone's just reserved. Like if we didn't have this platform, if we didn't have the podcast, we
Yeah.
probably wouldn't
Bro,
know
it's-
what anybody else is
It's
doing.
crazy because like,
Yeah.
you know, I started like
That's true.
how I started like with all the glass blowing things and
Mhm.
everything. then after that, cause I've always been into a lot, like hella into music, like my homie, like I remember, like I have a homie and fucking he ended up getting some girl pregnant, and like he kind of stopped rapping, but he like, bro, I used to be like on his ass like every day, like like I was just like, you're gonna be a rapper, you're gonna be a rapper, like,
Hell
and
yeah.
I'd be thinking sometimes I'd be like, damn, I hella fucked up, like I should have just kept going with it.
Yeah.
But because I was like 16 at the time, bro, and then I would just, every day I'll be having him freestyle, and like it was crazy. That fool
Yeah.
was getting hella clean with it. But then, damn, I forgot what the point I was trying to make.
He had the baby.
Huh?
He had the baby.
Oh yeah, but I mean but that wasn't the point.
Oh.
To be honest, I
To
forgot.
never give up or something.
Nah, but no, G.
But I
My
mean that
bad,
it,
yeah.
it works though. Like
Yeah.
it's just like staying on the right like trail, like looking for success, I guess, honestly.
Yeah.
Like how I'm like again, like how I said over here,
Oh.
when you're looking for it, it comes easy, honestly. Like
Yeah.
like how we met all the people,
Yeah.
but and like that's why Vegas is not really on that level because nobody says anything. Like
Oh.
nobody does anything.
Yeah, but bro, you brought me back to my point. That you reminded me, bro. But that's true. Like once you start reaching out, bro, and you start looking for what you want, bro, like or like looking for the connections you need, you can find it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like when how I started blowing glass, like the people that eventually started helping me out with that, bro. Like I contacted them for like 4 months, bro. Like it was crazy. Like for like 4 months they didn't answer, like cause like it all started, cause in high school, like I was a pretty big ass pothead, but like a lot of people knew me for just smoking.
Hmm.
And then I started thinking about like what, like to me, blowing glass and making pipes is like a whole. It's about art, bro. Like to me, it's not like I don't really think about it like as like, oh, I'm gonna make a pipe. Like
Right. So for
it's
for
like,
the people that don't really know what that is, can you explain?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm getting to learn and what I'm getting into the trade of is actually there's like a big torch and we melt the glass,
Hmm.
and we use like our breath, or we use different tools to shape the glass, and like,
You can use your breath.
well, I mean, yeah,
Like
you
you
can
blow
blow
on
into the
it.
tube.
What?
Yeah, you can blow into the rod. Yeah, and they'll like
Because it's like
expand
a
the
bubble,
glass.
right? Like
Yeah, well, the glass comes in tubing, and it comes in like rods,
mhm.
and clear rods and color rods. Yeah. So
Dope.
so it's so we just use the torch to melt the glass, and then like fuse it all together, and
Mhm.
yeah.
And
So
that's currently what you're in right now, right?
yeah, well,
That's
that's
what
what
you're
I'm
getting
learning.
into.
Like I have my job, like, and I work a 9 to 5, but then I also like that's what I have like invested
Okay. Okay.
or like
Okay.
put myself into, and that's
Right.
what I want to do with my life.
Okay. I feel it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, and then
What made you like? Did it click for you when you found out about this? You're like, oh shit, this
yeah,
is like
well,
for me. Like, did you?
kind of, bro, like that's
Mhm.
what I was kind of getting into, like, cause like everybody would know me for smoking, and then I would just think about like how can I find a way to like connect people, like
Uh-huh.
through a way that cause sometimes I think about, bro, like marijuana is such a like strong like thing, like it's just such a
Powerful.
strong medicine, or however people use it like recreationally,
Mhm.
like you can use it in so many different ways. And sometimes I do think marijuana has like helped me become the person that I am today, because I've been smoking since I was 13, bro. So like if I was say that marijuana wasn't an influence in my life, it would be kind of a lie, because
Mhm.
it has been around my life now that I'm 20, bro. Like it's been around for that long.
Damn.
So
7 years.
yeah, so I always thought about like, and I remember telling my mom when I was young, like she would tell me like when she caught me smoking and everything, I would just tell her like, I'd be like, Mom, one day like I'm gonna like change your life, and I'm gonna like, I'm gonna make like a big ass company with
Hell yeah.
marijuana and something.
My man.
And then I'll just be like, and I'll be like, and you're not gonna be able to tell me nothing. And then
Right. You
and
know
then
what's
she'll
crazy, bro?
yeah.
Or my bad. Finish.
Go ahead.
Oh, because what I was gonna bring up when I mentioned earlier, what I was gonna bring up later, is
Yeah.
because something for Fire Squad, right? It's not just the podcast; it's a brand, and
Yeah.
eventually one day, for sure, what we want for our brand is to have like our own dispensary, Yeah.
That's
So we'll
sick,
definitely
bro.
be working in the future,
Yeah,
bro, for sure. But
that's
what's
sick,
called
bro.
but yeah,
Yeah,
bro, I mean it's like it's not a bad thing, honestly. The business of
yeah,
it, bro, is stupid crazy right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like like crazy right now, and it's like still
yeah.
growing like really fast. And I'm telling my parents to like invest in that shit, but they're
Uh,
like, nah, I don't like
and
how people,
yeah,
spend their money on stuff like this. I'm like, bro, you guys, this is business right here.
yeah,
I mean,
and
to our parents, people.
that
Uh,
people that weren't raised in that type of,
yeah.
like
Yeah, like 15 years from now, it's just gonna be normal. You know, what I really thought about, and like I was talking about it with Liz the other day. I was like, yo, what if there's like a bar, but with like weed? There probably is already, but like
Well,
with
I
weed
don't
and
know if you guys know, but in Newell, that's the first place
uh-huh,
they opened up a, well, it's basically like a
like a little.
marijuana bar.
That is sick,
It's a place where people can come and buy their weed and smoke it at the same place.
dude. I
And
love
it's
that.
and it just opened a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
And it's the first one. They just, cause last year, bro, they tried to pass the law, right? And they
Mhm.
passed the bill to make the marijuana bars legal,
Uh-huh.
like so people can start
Dope.
opening up like coffee shops, where people can go and smoke and just chill and
That's
different
dope.
lounges like that. But the casinos, bro, and all the like the people in the casinos, they pay like a stupid amount of money, bro, to hold it back,
Damn.
But still, they only held it back for a year, bro, and then this year they did it. They came out with the new, and then that's the first one. But that's also like the first step, like.
Isn't it like the biggest too, like dispensary or something?
I think it is the biggest one, right?
Yeah, I
It's like
think
a
it's
grocery store, bro.
it
New.
says on it. Yeah.
It says
Well,
What
yeah.
was the convention the other day
Oh,
that you went to?
the marijuana convention.
Yeah.
It was like a cannabis, the High Times Cannabis Cup, bro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like, but I didn't get to go to it for too long, but
Mhm.
I was there for a while, and it was cool. Like, it was like a lot of the companies from out here from Vegas and like the some surrounding places, like they came out here,
Mhm.
like, and they were competing, and it was cool. Like, I got to meet some guys that they grow, like they cultivate like bud out here in Vegas, and they won second place at one of the like one of the
My bad.
like for their sativa.
Mhm.
So, and it was cool because they know the people down from the studio where I go and blow glass at. So it's
Mm.
cool, like
Oh, that's how
connecting
you
with
got it.
them.
Okay.
Yeah, like the my homie Jason from down from the studio, he like hooks it up all the time, and like, and he helped me get in there, and then I actually forget his name off the top of my head, but yeah, I met him, and it's definitely cool because now that I turned 21, like I'm like very interested, like into learn about marijuana and like
Yeah.
cultivating it and how to like properly grow and things like that. So now I'm connected to them, like
Mhm.
now I've met that guy and like I was chopping it up with him and he gave me like his business card and he was just like, yeah, just hit me up, bro. It was
Dope.
like if you ever need something like with like marijuana related, and I was like, damn, that's sick.
Yeah, my goal, bro, for like once I turn 21 was called definitely to get into that type of business, bro.
Yeah,
Either that or something in the nighttime, just where I could network with people. But definitely
yeah.
like I really want to do work for a dispensary.
What do you mean something in the nighttime?
Like a bar or nightclub and shit.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, fool?
Night worker, bro.
Stupid ass.
Oh.
No, but
Yeah.
what's it called? That's
But-
good, bro. That you have like you found your thing, and like you want to do your own
Yeah.
business of it one day. That's dope,
Yeah,
man. That's what's
and
up.
then like so when I started, cause I would always smoke, and then I would always, you always have like your pipe or something or your bong,
Mhm.
and you always like if you get a new one, you'll come to your friends and you'll be like, look, I got like a new pipe or something,
That's what's
and you'll fucking stun out with your new pipe or something. So I would always think, wouldn't it be crazy like if I could make a pipe, and me and my homies could blaze out of it, like.
shit. Make
And
a
it-
fire squad one, bro. That'd
Yeah,
be dope.
like bro, and it's
flame.
crazy. It's crazy, like all the shit that's possible with glass. Like
Yeah,
there's
it is an
so
art,
many
dude.
different. Yeah, like
Yeah,
there's
it's
so
just
many
dope.
things that are possible, and like you could write Fire Squad in the piece. Like
Jeez,
so so it's
custom
like
made.
yeah, so it's crazy things like that, and then especially when Instagram started getting bigger,
Mhm.
cause I was never really on Instagram back in the day. And then my homie he would always show me all these pictures of all this glass online, and he'd just be like, look at all these pipes, and I'll be like, bro, like that's a pipe, and I'll be like, what the like, how is that even glass,
Yeah.
And then I started thinking like, what's possible, like
I
what
seen a
could-
dragon one. I was like, yo, that's fucking
bro, there'll be some crazy ass shit, like some things that like it looks like real human teeth or like
Yeah.
different things like that.
Damn.
I saw a
Nah.
helmet once. I was like,
Yeah,
a Raiders
like,
helmet too.
like it's really like an endless. There's this guy called he's over in Italy if I'm not mistaken, but his name is Ram Silken or something like that on
He
Instagram.
designs pipes.
But bro, these guys, he has a team, and him and his homies, bro, they make like real replicas of guns, bro, like
damn.
real like assault rifles and like like real like, so it's like the same as the real gun,
Yeah.
but it's all made out of glass, bro, and it's all like it's a pipe, like you could smoke out of it,
Damn.
like,
Yeah.
and you know who Dan Bilzerian is, right?
Yeah.
The
That is he's a poker player, right?
He's a poker player. Yeah, he's a very successful poker player. And like he ordered like the four elements ones, and like so it's all crazy, like the medium of glass, like the endless possibilities to me,
Damn.
And then so when my friend started showing me all these pipes, I would just think I always thought the pipes were made in China, like in a little machine. Like, I
Yeah.
never even knew people made them. And then I started looking into it, and I was just like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, I gotta do this. You know what I got like the feeling of? It was like a feeling that if I don't do this, bro, I know that in 5 or like even like 3 years from now,
You're gonna regret
I'm
it.
gonna be looking at thinking every day like, well, I should have,
Yeah.
blown glass. I should have learned how to blow glass. Like, and I was thinking like, well, I don't want to live like that. Like, I feel like that's an ugly way to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Regret.
cause yeah, and especially like me, I've always said that shit. I would tell like people that shit. Like, I have no regrets. Like, cause sometimes like especially like my siblings, they'll tell me, they'll be like, damn, Jerry, like you don't regret doing this. And I'll be like, I don't regret shit. I'll be like, what am I? Why would you regret
Yeah.
anything?
You don't judge yourself, nothing.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. I
Yeah,
feel like
bro. Like,
once you get to that point, bro, where you don't judge yourself, you don't regret, you don't feel
Yeah.
bad about it. I feel like that's like a very special
Yeah.
is a trait, I guess.
Yeah, like,
just like thing to have, like, because bro, it's like endless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that one
So-
saying, like, I would much rather try something and fail than to
Yeah.
regret not ever doing it.
yeah.
But bro, once you like, but like I feel like I'm definitely like getting there, or I think I'm already there. But
Yeah.
once you get, bro, like once like
I feel like
nothing,
it's a never.
you feel like anything phases you, bro, at this point.
Well, I mean, like, what do you mean by like
by
if anything
like
phases
just
you?
failing, and like I remember I used to be very like scared of failure, bro. Like, and I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm too scared to try.
Well-
If I fuck up, I'll just quit. But now, bro, like it's like
Nah,
Whatever.
if I fall down, it's just get back up. And
I feel
it's a
like
very powerful thing.
you know what's crazy, bro? One of like the first podcasts I seen with you guys, well, it had like there was this girl here. She had like a red like jacket on or something.
Leanna,
Yeah, I forget her name, but that
that was a dope episode.
yeah, but bro, it was crazy hearing you guys talking about that, cause you guys were talking about like oh, I just feel like my mind like
Oh,
opened
hell
up,
yeah.
or like, bro, and I was just thinking like that's crazy, cause to be honest, bro, I felt like that since I was like 17,
Yeah.
like,
got
or,
it early.
and then I would tell my homies about like the podcast, and I'll be thinking like, cause to me, bro, like something that my homie was telling me yesterday that I felt like was hella real that I've never really heard before. He said that you always want to think like that life gives everybody the same opportunities and shit like that. Like, everybody has the same opportunity, but sometimes you gotta realize that like maybe you are different. Like maybe you do gotta like push push on your strengths, and like
Yeah.
if you see yourself like doing good in a different place, like push towards it like that. So
That's
because
and you just gotta to find your thing, bro. You just gotta
Yeah.
experiment with different shit. I think I
Like-
posted about that the other day. It was a Jay-Z quote. He said that he believes that everybody has like a special talent or something.
oh yeah, you
And
were
so
said,
if you use that, like you'll get far in life.
yeah, I remember you shared it. It said everyone has like the potential for like being brilliant, like,
Yeah.
or like it said something like that.
And I
like-
was like, damn, that's dope, because you gotta
Yeah.
find your thing, and the best way is just to trial and error, right?
Yeah.
Try something, you don't like it, you weren't good at it, move on to the next thing. Like, fuck it,
Yeah.
bro. We young right now. Even if you're fucking 40, like you can still do this
Yeah.
shit.
Young,
Why
bro.
not?
Bro, people, it'd be crazy when I meet people and then they'll be like 30 and then they'll be like, oh, I'm hella old already.
Sure,
And I'd be
bro.
thinking like, bro, what are you gonna do for like another 30 years of your life? Like, you're gonna be old? Like,
Bro, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, when I graduated from high school, I thought I was old already. I thought I had to grow
Yeah.
up and shit. Now I'm like, look
Bro,
at
and we
Yeah.
were saying that, dude.
know, we're
Like when
like,
we graduated, like, bro,
yeah,
we're
it's
old,
time to
bro.
get, we're like, it's time to get
We got
serious,
nothing
bro.
for our life. Like we're not doing nothing. But nah, we're
That's
young,
wild.
bro.
We don't even know back then, bro.
Like,
yeah.
like
just how
for
bad it
me,
was.
Adam 22 is like one of my big inspirations. Like with what he
Yeah.
does, like media wise,
You know, Adam
and-
Yeah. Hell yeah,
Oh,
bro.
for sure.
and
Hell
like
yeah.
his no jumper and
Yeah,
everything.
hell yeah. That's
I'm
just
always
sick,
sending
bro.
this full stuff
And
about
it's
like
crazy
Adam.
that it's only 4 years old. He only started doing no jumper 4 years ago.
Exactly, and that fool's like 36,
bro,
right?
and like
Or
you
something
gotta
like
think
that.
about the network that he has and the face that like you know that name Adam 22. What do you think about when they bring it up? You know, like
Yeah,
you think about like all
Tattoos.
these interviews and like all these people with like Rolling Loud. You think about all the different places he's at. So it's like it's crazy that just in that time it shows you that consistency
exactly.
and like doing what you gotta do like
Mhm.
pays off. You know.
Over time and shit. That's just crazy.
And that's
Yeah.
something that me and or like the Fire Squad in general, like honestly, consistency is like kind of been hard a little bit, but
Yeah.
We are
we'll-
gonna like.
we'll talk about this off camera,
Yeah.
but 2020,
But-
bro, is like
gonna
But
be
bro,
different.
you know what I be thinking, bro? Like that's what how you said like if you judge yourself like
Mhm.
to me, bro, that's something that you just gotta know your mental state, bro, and like your
Yeah.
how and like self awareness, you know. So you gotta understand that if you're not doing it, you like if you really care about something, bro, you'll find the reason or like you'll find something to overcome it, you know?
exactly.
So you gotta think about like if you're not doing it, like try to look at what's happening in your life and like be like, all right, how am I
Yeah.
gonna actually do it? Or like maybe does that mean that you don't even want to do it? Like you know, so you just gotta. I feel like you always gotta question every action you take.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the key thing is like being self-aware. Like I feel like if you got that and you know you're fucking up a lot, but you're aware of what you're doing,
yeah,
then you should be straight. But what's it called? Yeah, you do have to like acknowledge what you be doing, but like at the same time, just keep on going, bro. Like I feel like am more productive and more just successful in my terms when I don't even like think about shit, bro. And I just freestyle
Yeah.
crap, like for real. Like this is not scripted. We're just going
Yeah.
at it. You know what I mean? Like what's called like that. I feel like back then, bro, I used to be super like over analytical and like plot
Oh,
everything and
okay.
shit and like and everything, bro. Like I see the long term and shit, right?
Yeah,
But like I kind of see it as where like it's a blur and I don't really
Yeah.
know what's coming. But that gives me full advantage because I'm like,
Oh.
oh, for sure, I'm about to go into a shit show, but I'm already like
yeah,
aware that it's gonna be a shit show, so it's not gonna be a shit show. If that makes sense.
yeah.
So it's kind of weird to explain, but just me in
That-
general, like every day in life, I used to like use a planner and put like, oh, I'm at this time I'm gonna be doing that. At this time I'm gonna be
Yeah.
doing that. But instead, I just jot my points what I'm supposed to be doing throughout the entire day,
Uh,
not like specific times, and I just get it done
Yeah.
that way. And then,
I hate doing that shit, bro. Cause then like if I miss one of the dots, I'll be like, I straight
well,
fucked
it's not
up
it-
the whole
yeah,
day.
it's not really like a time. I used to do it where it was time,
Yeah.
but that fucked me up. So now what I do is just like, all right, I have 8 things to do today.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the
I
week.
feel
So
you.
I have like a little in my
That's
it's,
sick.
it's in my bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like a little I have to like practice DJ. I have to read for an hour. I have to go to the
Yeah.
gym, something like that. And it's like out of 7, like 1 out of 7, 2 out of 7, 3 out of 7, 4 out of
Yeah.
7. And then at the end of the day, I was like, oh, I did practice today. Check.
Yeah.
Oh, I did go to the gym today. I did eat healthy today.
Uh-huh.
Check. And it's just throughout the week.
That's sick.
I don't plan it what time I'm going to do it. I just do it. Like I
Yeah.
just get up, do it. Like it's that simple for me now. And I feel like it's way better for me.
See, that's not me at all, bro. I can't get into that, man. This fool, he brought me a calendar, and I don't even know where the hell it is anymore.
That's freaking
Well,
probably
so you just like you just be like free balling it like
I just live, bro.
yeah you just live. You know what, bro? Like me, I was real like that. But the other day, that book that I was telling you about, that like the ultimate guide to staying focused, it has a part in there, and it says the do's and the don'ts.
Mhm.
And then on the do's, it says always have a schedule. And like bro, like that shit's hella true. Cause I mean like at then like you always gotta like you want to think about it. Cause when I think about schedule, it's like it's a drag, you know, like you know
Yeah.
school's a schedule, fucking you know, so like all that shit's a schedule. So it's kind of like to me, when I think about it, it's like a drag for me.
Right.
So, but it's true, you know, like to be successful, you really do have to know where every part of your time is going in your life. You know, like you can't, like you can't just be like fuck it, like you know, like you can't just be
Right.
like it's cool to live like that, like, but like don't get me wrong, but I feel like you just gotta think about like real success, you know, like I be thinking like if like maybe what if I plan my whole life for like the next 20 years,
And the
but
shit
then
gets,
no, but like I'm saying like all right, but then after that I'm to a point where now I have freedom, ultimate freedom, bro.
Right.
And now I'm at a place where I can be like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna do whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna sleep in today. I'm not gonna answer the phone for the whole week, bro. And I'm like, cause you're at a point so successful that you can do whatever you want.
Right.
building
So-
platforms for yourself. To
Yeah.
see a better life tomorrow.
And that's what a lot of people like
Yeah.
do the opposite on. They live life, have fun, and everything, and
Yeah.
then once they're
They
like,
try to catch up.
once they're actually old, you're like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
The people, I feel like people just be like, nah, we'll work itself out. Like,
Yeah.
I be thinking like, bro, like that's a crazy way to live, you know? Like, bro,
It's a risk, bro. But that's
Like-
honestly how I lived, honestly.
Yeah.
But
But I
I
mean,
mean-
we're hella young, bro. Like, but
Exactly. Right now's the
I'll
time
be
to fuck
meeting
up.
people. Like, yeah, I'll be meeting people that are older that think like that, and I'll be thinking like, bro, that's like having a fucked up car and then being like, nah, like fuck it, I'll just let it work itself out. Like, you know what? Like,
This
it
is my
sounds
car.
kind of funny, but fuck it, dog. Like, I'm gonna keep riding it. I like it'll
till the
figure
wheels
itself
fall
out.
off, honestly.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, like for me, like me
Yeah.
personally, you know, I do have my own plans and stuff. Like I do see myself, like I like, and it's crazy because it kind of goes, it's related to like you know how we're talking about like success and stuff. But I do envision myself seeing like being in a spot, I guess, where I like a platform for myself where I could be like free, I guess, and just
Yeah.
like do whatever I want. Like I do envision that for myself, you know, whether my investments and stuff like that. But fuck, I forgot what I was getting to. What happened? Oh no, that's fine. But what's called?
That scared me.
Yeah, I know. But what's called the platform? Like you know that I see that I'm planning out. Like I see them in the long term, and but I just like I plan my shit basically, and I just
Yeah.
go. But I don't like over analytical.
Yeah.
Analyze
Analyze
it.
it.
Yeah. Like I don't just like, and it's
I
crazy
feel
because
like-
I feel like that's my skill in life. Like I feel like I'm really
Yeah.
good at being analytical, but like I just don't even do it no more. I don't
I
know. I feel like
I feel like, bro, for me it's kind of the opposite. Like for me, I like have crystal clear where I'm going, you know, like or like what I want to do or like how to get to a certain point. But for me, it's about doing it, like in the spot, you know, like
Yeah.
like for me, it's about like it's real easy for me like to envision things and like know what how to do it or like because all it is you gotta inform yourself like how to get to a certain place, you know, like if you want to make beats like then like make beats, you know, like or like different things like that, like different like because sometimes people will be like I don't know like what to do like what to and I'll be like just do it, you know,
Yeah.
like because
That's
when
just the best.
that was the whole thing when I wanted to learn how to blow glass, like getting back to that, bro, like I was like after I wanted like really thought about it and I was like fuck yeah, bro, like I'm gonna blow glass like if it's the last thing I do.
Bro, you know how
And
real
then-
that is though. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, just do it. Just
Yeah,
it's so real, bro. Like, oh, I want to get in shape.
yeah.
Let's go.
And then, bro, I started like I started looking up like glass studios in Vegas, and there's not a lot, bro. Like there's not really a lot. Like and then I found like this glass blowing studio that was for soft glass, but soft glass is a different type of glass than borosilicate, which is like the this type of glass right here, and this is like what the type of glass that I work with, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
Is it a donkey?
yeah, it's a donkey, bro.
Oh, that's hella
Thanks, bro.
sick.
Everybody be saying it's a dog, bro. Like, I don't see where you get a dog from.
Oh, it has a mohawk too. I mean, have people
Yeah.
confused it for a dragon too?
Nah,
No,
they'll
that's
be
dope.
saying if it's a dog. Someone said a kangaroo too.
Nah,
That's weird.
hell
Yeah.
no. That's sick though. That's hella
But,
dope.
Yeah, but then it was like I started searching up like all these different places, and then
Uh-huh.
and then I went to like this place, and it was the wrong place, and then I would ask them like what can I look up,
Mhm.
and then that's when some guy told me to look up the company Jerome Baker, and then I was like, what the fuck, who's Jerome Baker, you know? So I went home and I looked it up, and then it's a company, and they had just opened. It had been like a month or two that they just opened the studio here, and bro, so like on Google it had their information, and you know how you can press like call and
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
like
yeah.
call them, and I would call them like twice a week, bro, like, or once a week, at least once a week. So I feel like, I was calling them at least. Because sometimes I'll be like, fuck, fool. I'll be like, they don't even answer me. I'll be like, why am I even calling? And then, but sometimes, like, so I'll just call like once a week, or like I'll let a week pass by and then I'll call again. And like it was like that for a while, bro. And then like.
And they never answered?
Nah, it would go to voicemail. Like it would always, it was some guy named Jordan, and like he just said like, hey, leave a voicemail. I think it said something like that. And then I got off of work at 4:30, and it said on their website that they closed at 5. So I would get off of work and like drive. Like I would be like, shoot right over there, but they would be closed. And then I'll be like, what the fuck, I'll be like, they said they're open till 5.
Right.
But then I'll be thinking like maybe they just like got shit to do, like I don't know. Like I didn't really know what to expect. And then one day, bro, the guy just answered me, Jordan, and he answered me, and then he was just like, hey man, and I was just like, hey man, I'm 19. I was like, I want to learn how to blow glass, and I was like, I see you guys blow glass here in Vegas. I was like, I want to come down to your shop, and like see what it's about, and like. And then he was just like, he's like, hey man, I don't have time to talk to right now. But he was like, just come down at this time, and that was it, bro. And then I showed up, and then it was crazy. Like that day that I showed up, they were having a party, bro, and I didn't even know.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like they were having like it was kind of like it was called the Baker Fest. Because their name is Jerome Baker, So it was kind of like just a big ass marijuana party, bro. And like this fool invited me down, and I got there, and I didn't even know the party was going down or anything. But I got down there, and they tried to ask me for my ID, at the door, and I was just like, damn. I was like, I told this nigga I'm 19. Bro. I was just like, what the fuck? and then, but I called them, like they tried to ID me, so I left. I was just like, well, bro, I don't have my ID, but I told them, I was like, Jordan told me to come down here. And they were like, nah, bro, they're like, you can't go in there. Damn. And I was just like, fuck, So I went back to my car, and then I was just chilling. And I was gonna leave, bro, because I was just like, I can't even go in.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just call him. And then I called him, and he was like, nah, come back to the door, bro. And then I came back, and then he like, he came out, and then he walked me in. And then the securities were all looking at me, because they were telling me, they were like, even if he comes out, you can't go in there because of what's in there,
Right.
And then I was just like, man, if this guy's telling me to come here, I was like, obviously you guys are not the owners.
Right.
Like, so I was just like, I want to speak to the owner. And then that fool came out, and then he walked me in there, boy, and then that shit was crazy. Like he just told me, he was just like, he's like, don't be smoking. He's like, 'cause you're not 21.
Right.
He's like, but just have fun, bro. He's like, and just enjoy your time. And he's like, we'll talk later, He's like, 'cause I got shit to do. And then 'cause he was walking around like talking to people, and then. Yeah, bro.
That sounds like a businessman, bro. Busy as hell.
Yeah, bro. And then that day, I went. They were having like a live demo there at the studio of blowing glass, and I stood there, bro, for like fucking like 4 hours, bro. For like in this little ass garage in the back, like 'cause it's like they had a building where the party was going on, and they had like a little. It was like a little.
Like the
like
workshop.
A little garage,
area.
yeah, like a little workshop type shit. And bro, I remember I was standing there 'cause you need like special glasses to watch them blow glass, and they only had 2 pairs, but there was like hundreds of people there, so like I was just like, fuck. I was like, if I leave, and people kept walking in there, like, and then I was like, if I leave, they're gonna take the glasses, bro. And someone had came up on the other pair, so I had the only ones. And then I was like, I'm not leaving, like, bro. I stood there, like, I remember my shirt was drenched because it was in summer, bro, so my shirt was drenched,
The
like,
sweat.
yeah, like all the whole shit was. And then I remember everybody, because it was like 4 different guys that went in there, and they all collabed on one piece. So they were all like one would come in and then one would leave.
Right.
Yeah. And then I remember all of them were just looking at me, and they're like, bro, like, you're fucking crazy. Like, you just been in here like the whole time. And then because it was fucking hot in there, bro. Like, it was.
It was a fucking workshop, and it's like summer.
Yeah, and they have big ass torches.
They're working with fire, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was just like, bro, I can't leave. I was just like. And then, because I kept telling him, I was like, fool, is it cool if I go grab a water? I was like, I'll come back with the glasses. And they were just like, nope, you got to leave them. And I was like, fuck that shit. I was like, I'm not leaving.
Damn, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then I remember that day, like, cause it started like around 6, and then I left there like, it was about to be like 12 in the night. Like, And then
Damn.
and then I was there, bro. And the last guy that went in there to finish it is some guy named David Popowitz, and they called him Papa, and then everybody was calling him Papa, and like like there's some older guys, bro. They're like real. They founded the company in '91, so like it's like they're kind of like old heads in the game.
Yeah.
So like it's cool to see them like get all along, like all the glass blowers.
Yeah.
Like to see
that's
people that
dope.
did it before, like before all the new people came in.
That support,
Yeah.
man.
And then what is it called? The guy David, he came up and he was like, "What's up, man?" He was like, "You know how to blow glass?" And then I was like, "Nah," I was like, "I want to learn though." And then he like that was the first time I ever like put the glass up to the flame, and he told me, he's like, "Yeah, grab it." And he's like, "Just spin it in front." And then yeah, bro, like ever since, and then after that, it was still months, bro, till I started even blowing glass, like I would, cause I was still working, and then like it was just my schedule wasn't syncing up with the times that were there and
Yeah.
shit like that. And then for months, for like 5 months, bro, I would just like go and watch, like I would never like blow, like I would never be able like to actually work with the glass, but I would just show up like all the time, like anytime I could, and then because I worked like at 11, and they got there at the studio since like 7 in the morning, so I would shoot to the studio in the mornings, be there for like 3 hours, and then go to work, and then fucking, cause I would work from 11 to like 7:30 or 8:30 in the night, and then but by the time I was
They were
off, they were closed, yeah. So I would be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in the mornings, and then every day I would wake up, bro, and I would just go for a couple hours, and just watch him, and I would just watch him all the time, and then.
Would they tell you anything at this in this point? Like, damn,
Well,
why are you here all the time,
bro? Because the first time that I showed up, like after that party thing happened, I kept calling that guy Jordan, and then he told me, he was like, hey man, he told me they'll be there at this time. He's like, if anything, just go in and just talk to them and see what happens. And I remember the first day I went in like hella early, like at 5, bro, like at 5:30, because they were there at that time. Like my homie Omar, like from the studio, he gets there like hella early, like at that time. So I started showing up at that time because I thought they would get there at 7,
Right.
But then I was just like, I could be here like another hour, like another hour and a half. So then I started showing up like at 5:30 every day, like at 6, and then fucking what is it called, like they'll just be like, you really want to be here, huh? And then I'll be like, well, yeah, bro. I'll be like, what the fuck? I'll be like, I want to learn like what y'all are doing,
So they have it's open for like people to view, or you would literally just walk in.
Nah, bro. Like people would always tell me that they'll be like how much do you pay, or like cause they're a really known company, like they're known like all over the world, and fucking. Like, so they would tell me, like, what did you do? And then, bro, like, it was literally, like, that's all I was calling, and
just
then,
pull up,
and then I pulled up, and then I talked to him, and I was just like, hey, bro, I want to learn how to blow glass. And then they were just like, all right. They were just like, just come here. Just let us know when you're here, and, like, just talk to them. And then I just started making hella friends with the actual workers, like, the people that be there blowing glass.
Yeah.
And then I got cool with Omar, because there's only, like, two main guys. Well, like 3 now, because it's been growing, But like I started making friends with them, and I would just know like their times, and then I would just come in, bro, and like, yeah, bro, like I was just made myself like cool with the owner, like, and I would just see the owner all the time, and like, and something that I believe in is like I feel like a lot of people forget to show appreciation, bro, like. And like something that I take it upon myself is like sometimes I'll hit the owner up and I'll be like, hey man, I appreciate everything, like ever since you like let me start learning there, like, and I always do it like every once in a while, and I feel like that's healthy, bro, because you always gotta appreciate the people that trying to push you forward, like, and then so yeah, bro, and it's been like almost 2 years since like, yeah, because I'm about to be 21 next, like, in a couple months. So fucking it'll be almost 2 years.
That's gonna be your
damn,
bro. Everything's gonna open once we turn 21, bro. For you too. When you turn 21?
Until May, bro.
Until May.
Yeah, May 30. Yeah, bro.
Sick,
but
man.
then
They're waiting for you too. They're like, hey man, this guy's been studying the game, bro. He's been watching from a distance.
But you've been doing it, right?
Yeah. Like, and it was like for months, bro. Like I was just watching them. And then one day I got this big ass order for like it was like over 200 bongs for like one smoke shop in Australia, and then they needed marbles, bro. Like, cause they'll just put like they'll make the bongs, and then like it was crazy, cause they start from like just the tube, so they make the whole piece, like
Yeah.
from like the bong, the bottom, the bowls, and everything. So one day they just came to me and they were just like, "Hey, we need marbles," and fucking I was like, all right, like and they was like, well, we want to teach you, and then you can make them. And then yeah, bro, and then I just started making marbles, and I would like fucking get off of work every day, bro, and just go make marbles, like yeah, and
Like
then
marbles, like.
yeah, like little marbles, bro, like that big,
Damn.
like and all they did was just grab them and just put them on the bongs like as decoration.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so they were just like decoration pieces, but it was like crazy, like cause I would go and I would make like 10 or 13 marbles a day, bro. But like over time, like that shit, I probably made more like than like 100. Like I probably made like 200 marbles by the end of it. But because there was like I was doing like different designs and different shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, they wanted to teach me how to make bowls, and then I started making bowls for like the bongs. Yeah, and then that shit was like I was that's actually what, because I haven't been able to go down to the studio like recently. I haven't gone down probably in a couple weeks, but like it's just like my job doesn't let me like sync up with the
Right,
schedule
right.
and everything. But now I just feel like I'm right now I'm just saving up and working to get my own torch, and like so I can start like doing it on my own, and I don't have to like worry about no one's schedule.
Yeah.
So I can do it like everything on my own. Like yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. That's one of my goals before my birthday, to get my torch. Yeah.
Damn.
And then once you turn 21, can you have to be 21 to
To blow glass.
yeah.
To be honest, bro. Like
maybe
like
for
in
maybe
general, you don't, bro. Not to blow glass, but
because that's with the decorations part, but maybe like the part the
yeah,
smoking.
bro. I've met a guy that he blows glass out in like Montana or something like that, where weed isn't even legal, bro, and he doesn't even make pipes. He makes Christmas ornaments and like
Yeah.
little decorations and shit like that.
'Cause there's other stuff for like
yeah, bro.
ceilings. What are they called?
Chandeliers.
Like
Chandeliers,
type
yeah.
stuff?
But I mean, bro, like with borosilicate, like this glass, it's like they don't usually make things like that. But that's more like it's a different quality glass, like a different type of glass. But now that borosilicate, like it's expanding a lot more. There has been a lot of like things that they do make like big ass chandeliers, and it's all handmade, like
Yeah.
it's all hand
Have you like communicated with them like, yo, like I wanna like work here and run this shit?
Well, yeah, bro, but it's
You have to be
it's real. Like when I think about glass blowing, it's a trade, bro, and it's an art, like so me, bro. That's why I haven't been able to just like be like, oh fuck it, I'ma just up and leave my job, and just go blow glass, like and learn. Hopefully I fucking make it, like, cause it's not. It's like you gotta put out quality pieces, You can't just be like that's why like to me, bro, like they would
So-
talk to me about like giving me money and shit like that, and I would always tell them like I would always reject their money and shit, cause to me, bro, I would tell them, I'm like, that's not what I'm here for, like I'm not here to like make money off you guys or nothing, like cause bro, glass blowing, like that shit's like a art, like there's pieces, bro, like a fucking rig that will sell like for $25,000, bro, and it's just because of the name behind it and the craftsmanship behind a piece,
So
and
to
like
get in, you have to have like quality and shit.
yeah, well, to me, cause they tell me like, oh, what you make is good enough, like, but what to me is I'm not like every piece won't come out exactly right, and I don't want to be there to like waste no one's time or like like make money off something that like I should like that I feel like I shouldn't be making money off
Right.
of, and to more than anything like. If I start taking their money, I feel like that makes it more of an obligation, like. And to me, that's not what I want that to
Right.
be for me. Like to me, I want to learn. I'm learning at my own pace, and like if at the end of the day, like it takes me longer to get where somewhere, like if someone else wants to, like just like quit their job and like be like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking work for them or shit like that. Like if someone else had the opportunity to do that, I'd be thinking like everybody chooses their own path, Like,
Yeah.
like me, I like to think that I analyze my situation and I make my own best decisions, like with the knowledge I have at the moment.
You know, it's crazy, bro. A lot of people, they like if they hear, oh, like I gotta work for free, like screw that. You know what I mean? But what's it called? Because even for the DJ stuff, like what I'm doing right now, I basically do gigs for free. I bring everything. I just go up there, but I'm same like you. I'm just enjoying it. Like I love doing it. Like I'm just playing turn up music. I'm turning up with them and shit. Yeah. It's fun.
That's
and
it.
There's this DJ I hit up on Instagram. His name is DJ Kilo. I hit him up and I was like, yo, bro, like, I work part time and I go to school and shit, but like I'll work for free for you, bro, if you just teach me the game. He was like, bet, bro, for sure. But yeah, like not a lot of people are down to make that sacrifice and like, eat dirt and shit and then freaking that's the way in. Yeah, that's the way in, bro.
Yeah. And I be feeling like that, at least for me, bro, like, cause there's this guy that I met at the studio and he was talking to me about how he was reading about glass blowing, and then and to me, I respect that too, like, cause he was reading about it for a while before he actually did it. But to me, like, I told him, like, I respect that, but to me, I've never been able to like learn like that, that's why when I wanted to learn how to blow glass, I went out and I found the people that I had to meet, to start doing it, cause I was just like, I gotta put myself in the space, you can't just like be like reading about it, like, you can't just read about how to swim and then learn how to
exactly.
You can't do that.
Feel it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great story, bro. Low key, that's like this is a dope episode. We have definitely left a lot of value to our people, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sam?
Nothing. I'm just trying to process that whole story, bro. it's good, bro. Like,
it's inspiring, dude. That's sick. You literally wake up at 5 a.m., go over there, just observe. Like, that's sick, bro. That's inspiring.
And you said you haven't been in a couple of weeks, but like, that's cool. There's people that do something for a month and then just like, okay, that's it. And then they never do it again.
But to me, bro, that's what I was saying about earlier. Like, it's because also, like, I have to, like, because, there's a lot of shit that always happens. Like, there's a lot of obstacles.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to put myself in the right headspace, bro, to, like, to go all in, bro. Because you can't just half-ass something,
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I don't want to, like, be, like, if I don't have the inspiration, or if I don't have like the time right now that it's like sufficient enough to go to the studio, I understand that, but that's why I'm trying to work towards my goal, like to get my own torch and things like that, so then I can advance even more. But it's all at its own time,
right?
Like, you just have to know how to get there. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we end this? We've been going on for an hour.
That was sick.
Thank you for pulling up, bro. I definitely feel like this was a great episode to leave value for people, man. Like, it's just dope. Like,
definitely gonna be a part 2, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. That was sick.
That's sick, man.
Sick,
I don't know. What do you want to end it off on, bro?
Well,
any positive notes?
Well, I definitely appreciate you guys for bringing me on.
No problem, sir.
That shit's sick, bro. To be able to reach it, like different people and share your message, and yeah, bro. Like, I just can't wait to see what comes from everything, and what comes from.
We're gonna have a Fire Squad cross Jerry dispensary weed company. Bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Collab.
Hell yeah.
That's
sick, bro.
Hell yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's wrap it
up. All right.
Oh.
Thank you guys for watching and listening to this podcast. You can find us on anchor.fm/FireSquad. Where you can listen to our podcast. Yeah, we're on Spotify. We are on YouTube. You can watch us.
We got our video thing up running.
Everything Fire Squad. IG Fire Squad. YouTube Fire Squad.
Google Podcast
Fire Squad. Anything. Just look us up and we're there. There's a lot planned for 2020. We might talk about it on a different episode. But yeah, man, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the audience for listening. And we good, right?
Yeah,
we outie.
All right.
Peace.